Like, how do they put these things for you to read when you're live? Like, that just makes no sense. Anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It is Stacy, just Stacy today. What am I doing? I'm outside, of course, and I am just enjoying the sunshine after yesterday that was so rainy and gray. I mean, we need the rains as well. My plants definitely are enjoying it. And that's where I am. So I guess it's Stacy personally speaking. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. All right. This is a kind of figuring it out morning. So let me see if I can rotate the orientation. Ohayo gozaimasu! Kumaru-san, hisashiburi. It's been a really long time. Still in Japan, I presume, and it's not morning in Japan, I know. All right, I'm going to try and rotate this. Again, orientation is locked. Nope. So apparently, if I'm going live on my phone, I have to keep it like this. You know, maybe it's a good morning for me to actually talk about just being back home in Jamaica. It has been a very beautiful roller coaster of emotions kind of experience. It is now about 1 year and 4 months almost of being back in Jamaica, just trying to understand, relearn, and just find my place in society again, find my place at home in my new space, find my place in the society and the dynamics of our multiculturalness in Jamaica. And that has just taken a lot of getting used to. Those people are seemingly not as mindful of their interactions and the space in which we coexist here in Jamaica, while in Japan it was just so everybody is, very sensitive to what is happening around them. And so I've just been getting used to a lot of things, greater appreciation for Japan and some of its ways, and greater appreciation for Jamaica and some of its ways. Of course, I really love the fact that I can plant um, crops, and plants, which I'm going to be showing you very soon. I can plant all year round, but I'm also learning that I think Japan taught me a lot about seasons more than me living in Jamaica. It's like in Jamaica, we only have wet season and dry season. So I never really thought about winter, spring, summer, fall, you know. So being back here in Jamaica now, it's like I appreciate the subtle changes in the weather, and I can definitely see how that knowledge and that clear demarcation of seasons in Japan is really now kind of informing me that just after summer, which would be fall, is actually like the best time to plant things here in Jamaica when it's a little bit cooler, you know. So here, hi Doggy, I am in Portmore, I want to say St. Catherine in Jamaica, but I'm not in the heart of Portmore. I'm more on the outskirts of Portmore. Um, so, and I've been back for a year and 4 months, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm still settling in to Jamaica. I'm still settling in, at work. I actually work at a college, and students are the same everywhere. Students require the same thing everywhere, but there's just a kind of change about our students as well, and the space and our lack of resources. So my mind keeps going back to Japan, and what is there and what is available, and how students access, and their family structures, and everything is just always on my mind about how we deal and interact. And then shout out to Spud checking me out live. And here in Jamaica, our students, their backgrounds, it's just very dynamic, and our resources are the lack thereof, and we are just making things happen here on this small island with very limited resources. So it's just a great appreciation for Jamaica. No, doggy, I'm not in the country. I'm not in the country, but let me just do a quick show of my garden, what's been going on. I can tell you that the weather, boy, the whole heap of rains. I feel how farmers feel when you can't control the rains. And all right, so here I'm walking between my sorrel plants, which are kind of late. I think they're late. They're 3 months sorrel, but they're taking a while to come up, but they've been getting so much rain. This is the only tree that I've actually taken some things off of. Listen, I've been seeing nothing but wasps in the garden, and I'm like, I thought bees were the pollinators, but I guess. Anyway, this is not really so much of a garden video. Oh, you were in Okinawa, doggy. Oh, nice. I loved Okinawa. Visiting Okinawa helped me to feel like I was in Jamaica for a few moments, and I really needed that, because I only traveled to Jamaica once in the 70 years that I was living in Japan, and so I do not recommend that for those of us islanders. We are such a small country, and we kind of have this kind of warm togetherness even when we're fighting and going on. And so that for me was really missing in Japan. Really missing. My pepper trees are still struggling, but I'm leaving them. This is my almond tree. I went on a crazy pruning. So if you notice, all of here now is bare because I got rid of the lower branches. I'm still learning about gardening. I keep saying gardening, but now a friend of mine has me registered with RADA as a farmer. Okay, here's a pine plant growing right there. Here's my papaya. Really hoping I can get some healthy papayas this season. The pumpkin the pumpkin vine, I'm just allowing it to do whatever it wants to do. If I get any pumpkins, that's great. If I don't, that is also fine. I'm not focusing on pumpkin anymore because it takes a lot of time and a lot of battling with caterpillars that I don't have the strength for. My one coconut tree right there, past a tomato plant up there, and some basil. Doing very well. I'm just going very quickly this morning because this is a live. Oh, Nagoya is still the same, no change. Well, I guess Japan has it's almost like they are in this kind of rhythm already, and I don't see Japan, having any major changes. Unlike Jamaica, where I think our culture is still being shaped, and there's just so much we are learning as a people. Oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that. I think it's either dew or rain. I don't know if it rained, but the dew has been really heavy this season. And sorry guys, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Thank you, doggy. The soil, it looks healthy, which is good, and I would really like to have lots and lots of soil so I could even possibly sell some of that soil. All right, so these are all planting trees here. That's the biggest one. I can get some shade from that. Down here are where I have my 2 banana trees, and funny story about how I have these 2 right beside each other. The original one, while I was cutting the yard, it got whacked, and when it started to grow back, the other one just started to come up as well. I probably should remove these leaves, you know. I haven't done the research yet about why the leaves are like this. What is Kumal saying? I like the houses in this area. In what area? All the same and properly planned. Okay. Oh, you think so? Boy, I am actually in a gated community in the Portmore area, and it's like these days in Jamaica, every community that is being built is a gated community. All right, so Dougie is saying that my banana trees need sun, which is that is probably very true, and I don't know how they're going to get any based on where they are. This ackee tree is in front of them. As a matter of fact, the sun rises, as you can see my hand, it rises this direction. It does get some sun, but it more gets the midday sun, and the sun will move across the sky on a diagonal trajectory. All right, so here's my ackee tree that I pruned as well. You can see, you know, exposing the lower third. I actually cut the top as well to stop it from growing. I don't know if this is ideal, but that's what I have right now. There is my papaya. These are the original papaya trees, which I haven't really gotten any from, especially since I had traveled for a couple months and left them. So I don't know. Hopefully, you know, I'll get something from them. Yeah, same pumpkin running all over. I still have lots of sorrel. So if you see little speckles of red, that's all sorrel. That is all sorrel happening. Oh, the newest addition to my yard is this little coconut tree right there. And I probably shouldn't be planting anything else. Here I have a very small sweet sop tree, which I actually ended up cutting. I whacked it, as I like to say, when I was cutting the yard. So I put this stick here just to remind me that this is here. So when the grass gets a little bit taller, it doesn't end up being whacked. See, lots and lots of sorrel everywhere. Here's one of my soursop trees. Oh, and here are some tomatoes. Oh my God, look at all that whitefly. Oh, I do not have the strength or the time to deal with all the whiteflies in this yard. When it's not the whiteflies, it is the what? The caterpillars. All right, so I have some okras here. I've already started reaping the okras, and I don't know, I hope whatever the ladybug is doing, which is right here, I hope is good. I mean, I know ladybugs are good, but there are like some little things on this okra plant that I really don't like, but the ladybugs are just all over it, you know. The ladybugs are taking charge. So I have pineapple in here as well, just 2 plants, and about 6 okra plants right in here. Here's my Jew plum. I'm always very proud to say I grew it from seed. Everything in here except my Artenique orange was grown from seed, and I also went on a radical pruning of this as well. And if you are on my WhatsApp, yes, I actually saw when I was in, let me turn the camera around. When I was in Okinawa, I went to their fruits park, and I'm like, wow, I saw breadfruit, I saw custard apple, I saw June plum, and I'm like, it's like they were on display, Dougie. They have no idea about those things, you know. But it just, it just warmed my heart literally just to be able to see them. And I realized that, you know, island people are just kind of different. You know, I know the history about Okinawa, so it was originally a separate country and all of that, but it's like, even though now, you know, Japan has taken it over, the vibe is just very different with, you know, island people, and I just love Okinawa for that, you know. So let me see what's happening here. Plus they're kind of close, they're fighting for nutrients against each other. Well, doggy, bananas and plantains, they're always growing closely, right? I mean, I can probably think about the other trees that are around them, but bananas and plantains, they are going to be growing in clusters, so I can't help them. I don't want to be digging them out, and they're too close together. Yes. So maybe I just need to feed them more, but it's just been raining. I don't know what to give them. You know, this is where Spud should probably help me. Yeah. Oh, doggy, as you are talking about them not knowing anything about anything, and it's no offense to them, it's just not a part of their culture, right? Like the sorrel, when I was on mainland Japan, a friend of mine, she was growing it, and she had gotten it from some distant farmer, because as I said, they don't know about it. They know about hibiscus and so on. So I introduced them to Jamaican sorrel. I made it for them, and they were like, oishi, you know, and all of that. And it was just so exciting being able to share that with them and leave that there, because she still grows it, you know. But you know, her thing grew so huge, and she invited me to come and pick. Listen, it's a lot of work dealing with picking sorrel, and there are many different types, because her sorrel had like some little spikes on it, but my sorrel right now doesn't. I don't know if it's the age, I don't know anything. I'm just learning. Thank you, Risa. Thank you so much. I wanted to start bearing now, but it's just about a year old actually. So I am trying to be patient. So I'm also trying to ignore the trees. Otherwise, I come out every morning and I'm looking at them, you know. But yeah, let me just finish up quickly with this kind of garden tour-ish and this kind of talk about being back home and Japan. All right, so you can see 1, 2, 3 papaya trees. I actually had 5. Termites consumed one, and the other one, I think Beryl had taken it away. As a matter of fact, well, you can't see that now. Here's my Artenique orange. This is the only tree in my yard that was bought, and I bought it from the Hope Gardens nursery, and I did some pruning on it as well, because I don't know, as far as I know, I think all citrus trees should have thorns, but this Artenique, which I bought, and I think it is probably grafted or dwarfed, it has no thorns or what we call maca on it. You know, I don't know. One of the banana is a sucker. Since the main plant was damaged, it could stay or cut it off, likely get better fruit. You introduced Otaiti apple? They had it growing wild. Really? You saw Otaiti in Japan? I didn't see it. Oh, actually, I saw the label, but that time nothing was actually bearing. There was no fruit. Just like with the breadfruit, there was no fruit. But I was just happy to see it anyway. This is my other, what do you call this again? Soursop, which was, I think this thing is springing up a lot. I grew this from seed as well. I had to spray it recently, and no, I don't know what these things are on the back. I saw them largely on the new leaves. So all the new leaves, they were on the undersides. I usually try not to touch because I don't want to transfer things from one plant to the next one. you know. But I've been pretty busy, pretty busy. Here I have another row of sorrel. The sorrel everywhere. Here is another. Oh, look at the dew on this. It's so beautiful. Look at that. This is another sweet sap tree. And listen, I am prepared to switch out some trees, you know, because I have 3 ackee trees, 2 sweet sap, 2 sour sap, and I don't have any mango. I really need a mango tree. This is my, I learned that this is called Jamaican oregano. Yeah, but it's also known as French thyme, and it grows wildly insane. Hence, it being in this tire. So when I'm ready, I just shape it up, throw away, and just have it as a nice, you know, nice plant to look at. Here is my leaf of life. Every garden should have that. Yes. No, doggy, I bought a. Woo. I had bought 3 trees from the Hope Nursery. A grafted Julie mango tree, which is my favorite. Julie mangoes are the best in the world. Don't tell me about East Indian. So I bought that, and I bought apple, and I bought the Artenique orange. The apple and the mango trees died, and I was just devastated, and I decided I'm not buying no more. But no, I have gotten over it, and now I want to get back at least a Julie mango tree or 2 Julie mango trees. So I don't have any right now, and those should really have been in the ground a while now. In terms of lime, I have a funny story. Can I share a funny story? This live is not planned, you know. I just decided to just do something since the day was so beautiful. So I have a funny story. Let me show you. This here, I don't know what it is. All I can say is that it's a citrus fruit. And I have 2 of the same ones. One here and one down the back close to where the other set of papaya trees are. These were taken out of the compost, and I just decided to let them grow. Somebody said it might be grapefruit. They're not sure, right? So I have 2 that look like this. So this one and the other one looks exactly like it. The leaf structure, how it's growing. This other citrus, on the other hand, looks very different, and it's actually growing a lot slower than the others. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. So I am just watching, and it's just very lanky. I don't know how it's so lanky. Let me take off these leaves. I don't know how it's so lanky and look like it not going anywhere, but there it is. So I do have some other citrus. Grapefruit normally don't have thorns. Really? Well, all the other 3 citrus trees that I have thorns on them. Peach mango. What name peach mango? I have no idea. Anybody else knows what peach mango is? I've never heard of that before. Never ever heard of peach mango. Okay, so let's see here. Where was I? I think I was finished basically in the garden. Yeah, just aki and stuff. Yeah, so I really want big size fruit. So I think grafted is probably the best way to go. But I don't really know as much about them, and then, you know, the success of them and so on. So I just grow from seed. And then of course, you know, there's no guarantee about what the fruit is gonna come out like, and this and that and that and that. All right, let me show you the latest project. Better than Julie? We'll see about that. My latest invention. Not so much an invention. I'm sure things are out there similar, but you know, take my hand, make fashion. All right, so this is two jumbo garbage bags, two jumbo rhino garbage bags taped together, laying over this surface. And just yesterday, I planted out my callaloo. Yes, the weeds are actually growing up already underneath it. So here's my callaloo. You know, I came out this morning just to inspect them to see if any caterpillars found them as yet, because the caterpillars are just crazy here. So I use a tin can, and put down, and you know, like when you're tracing something, and I just used a knife and went around and cut out the openings. 1, 2, 3 holes don't have any callaloo yet. I do have some more seedlings coming up, suckers, but they're really small and I didn't want to interfere with them yet. So I'm looking forward to callaloo. Mr. Dog, don't say anything. You need a cherry tree. Oh Lord, I have a story about that too. I had a nice little cherry tree coming up from seed. As I said, I do everything from seed. And 2 beautiful green leaves. Yes, 2 beautiful green leaves were on the cherry tree, and I knew it was the cherry tree. And I went to my bed so happy. The next morning, no leaves, and it just didn't recover. So me and the caterpillar. So somebody, I need a cherry tree. I want a cherry tree, and I want a guava tree, but it has to be the pear-shaped guava, otherwise you know. So that is basically it for my garden. Let me just show you this last little setup, which is what I did first in terms of testing out the garbage bag idea. So this is a little spot for my tomato plants, and I have it closer to the house because I wanted to test, I guess, the soil and the amount of sun it gets and so on. Originally, where the okras are all the way up there, that's where I had my tomatoes first. But I decided to kind of just move it around in the yard because here is soil. Down this section of the yard is more sandy, and over that side where I have the border is a little bit more on the clay side, black soil, and it seems to be richer on that side, you know, for growing things. But it's the first time I'm actually growing anything on this side actually, so I am watching them. And yeah, that is basically it. Got lots and lots of tomatoes coming. Look at how big that is. You know, I mean, it's still lots of growing to go. Lots and lots of growing, so I've been pruning quite a bit because I don't want the trees to be too heavy, and I've been staking with some found sticks, if I can call it that. This is actually from a pallet that I got from a friend of mine, and I just been splitting it up with my cutlass. Here is my little window garden. Yes, and I guess let me just quickly go around the house so you guys can see other parts of the community as well. This is the side of my house. I live in the back of my yard, so nothing is done to the front of my yard. Here's this beautiful crown of thorn here. Really just kind of brightens the place. This is actually dying now, so it's fading. But look at that. That color is so intense. Look at that. Just look at that. So beautiful. All right, and the only thing at the front of my house is this little garden here with more crown of thorns and a snake plant, which do really well in this kind of soil. Very sandy, as I said, towards the front of the house. Yep, and that is basically it. So I think I'm going to be, well, I guess let me walk the other way. I'm going to be signing off now as I get back inside and do some work inside. If I follow my yard, I will live outside. Okay? Don't tell me you chip it. No. No, doggy, I didn't whack it this time. Looking good though. A lot to look forward to. Thank you, doggy. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who hopped on to this impromptu live. This is probably, I haven't done a live since I've been back home, have I? Yeah, but this is Stacy Personally Speaking and Stacy Personally Gardening, coming to you live on Friday, TGIF, December 6th, here in beautiful, beautiful, sunny Portmore, St. Catherine, Jamaica. Thank you for checking out this video, and as always, God bless. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Thanks for checking this out. Bye bye. Jenny. All right, no, I don't know how to end this live. Oh boy, this technology. Okay, let me figure it out. I do more outside too. Thank you for the live. Oh, thank you so much for coming on, Risa. Thank you so much. All right, let me not embarrass myself anymore. How I hang up this thing. Oh my, I am just enjoying this sun, you know, because there was just so much rain, and I'm so grateful to be back home though. So grateful to be back home. That's where I started, right? Love Japan, would love to visit, but so grateful to be back home. You need to import a lot of things, a lot of habits, and some of the traits from Japan, you know. Yeah, with some of the order and organization. We need that. All right, so bye for now from Stacy Personally Speaking. Bye bye.